they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Diving in this pool, I don't know what we have. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear nothing. I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one. See it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on. I can't be replaced. For the win, celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on chat for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Get it triumphant. Let's bump it. Don't mind me seizing the moment. Energy up my body burning. And my stomach keep up turning. Stop moving, I can't control it. On my last breath and I can't hold it. You gotta give it all I got. This for the ones that think I'm joking. This for real, for real. Lightweight bust off half of. Yeah, I'm sweating, babe. Must be all them happy meals. I don't know how happy feels. But damn, I'm trying to find you. Say I got sex appeal. I think it's cause I work that gun. I'm ready to race. No, I don't fear nothing. I'm stuck in my ways. They say I'm the chosen one. See it in my face. Get this one and I'm holding on. I can't be replaced. I just take a sip, but it's split. We on chat for the win. Celebrate the win again. Celebrate the win again. Take a sip, but it's split. We on chat for the win. Celebrate the win again.
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Prime time over grind game, over time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag, copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me. All my winners on repeat. Take your L like a boss, stand 10 toes on your feet. I can never take a loss. I ain't set up for defeat. 4 Giottos on the truck. I had a dream and it stuck. Living my life cause we up. Looking back like where the love. So I be hella low key, but contrary to belief, loyalty runs deep. I keep my ear to the streets. Struggle turned me to a beast. I'm off the chain, I'm off the leash. But baby girl, I play for keeps. Told my brother lately, I've been scheming against all odds like Willie Beeman. I've been grinding lately, this my season. Lord knows I'm trying to find my reason. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Ain't it crazy how them tables turn? You can fold or you can stand firm. I'm a real one, so I ain't concerned. I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch you work, watch him hate, watch him lurk. Can't relate, watch you skirt. Out the mud, out the dirt, above the waters, in the murks, out the gate, on site. Red breed, red tight, set the bar, take flight. Yeah, I been grinding since a young and they told me my timing was coming. I been hustling with no fun and forget all the fame, get the money. I'm out in LA where it's sunny. I been eating since a youngin', since we ain't have food in our tummy. The life we was living ain't funny, but you cannot take nothing from me. Put that on my mama, my daughter, my cousin, my brother, I'll show you. Way better than I can tell you. The type of dreams that they sell you. That's why I learned from my failures. Don't do the handouts or the favors. Told my brother I'ma get this paper. Was left behind, I'll see it later. To keep it real, you don't need to wait up. Lay it out on the line, ain't no looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, rose through the cracks. Spotlight on you, but how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs. Now I get it and go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
day. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports.
After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. From the end zone, Watson escaping the pressure right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Watson off play action. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And that is incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And now in second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. Dancing to his left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. The offense set to take the field. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move,
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook with it. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
and just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kahale Waring, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Bill O'Brien with a call here. We'll go for 2.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Makes the score Jaguars 23.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Minshew and the Jags now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
There. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Minshew. To Thompson on the screen. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. To do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, and that'll bring up second down. To throw again. Watson sliding out of the pocket. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing on third down, Watson finding Fells complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. It's Waring, the tight end, with it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's good for 28 yards. From the red zone now, Watson. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
He's back to throw, and got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Darren Fells, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Texans have taken the lead. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2. Watson now to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players. But most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Rolling to his, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. And Eifert has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Today, from First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot.
The end of the first half with the score Texans 17, Browns 10.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Phillip Rivers, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head up.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Oh, Earl Thomas coming up from that safety spot to make sure he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd and 13. Mayfield. And boy, that one drops incomplete. Maybe was hit fraction sooner. It may have been a fumble.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench, but this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
First and 10. Watson steps away to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control. And yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game. Now Mayfield lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that would have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
And they'll try and burn some clock with a sneak. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Steps away. And he'll find Akins there, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now it's Watson. A bootleg out to his left. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's got his head in. It's fouls. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. First down, it's Watson, escaping the pressure right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Patrick Chung.
Throwing again, Watson. And he rifles one incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Out of the gun, Watson on the move to his left. He's letting it fly. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first. We now proceed to the start of the second half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, come on! At their own 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Randall Cobb. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Back now in Houston. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd down. Newton. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Texans defense stands tall. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throwing now, Watson. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Watson being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Well, that's the play you work on each and every week. Your offense taking a knee at the end means you've won the ball game. But how about the defensive effort? A shutout, pitching a shutout, they're going to feel great about themselves.
They're going to feel really great about themselves. A big goose egg on the scoreboard. Nice job defensively.
Yeah, I say dinner on the defensive coordinator tonight.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys are nails out there.
So for Houston, it's an important win in terms of staying in the post.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say fall and you let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah. Look at me, at the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yet the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. Yeah, you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs. In a town you create where there ain't no love. Where do I go? When am I alone? Not on the phone. When am I alone?
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's a special Thanksgiving Day presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the left turn for the hometown. Watson on first down, rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right, and that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
For his big and
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
3rd down and 3 yards to go.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
A 27-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Watson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And Watson's going to throw it here. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Watson dancing to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Steps away. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Watson looks to throw again. He may try and run for this. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach in a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for the Texans, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions,
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They say fall and you let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some kind of self-control. Look inside my head through a telescope. You erase all the calls from a telephone. No sense of smile, maybe tell a joke. Holding back your tears, singing minimal syllables. Yeah, look at me, at the asylum. Was a fate or mistake, cause the time ain't up. Yet the parts of my mind don't get much love. If you want in my head, come and call me up. You look like a twisted Robin Hood. Yeah, you take from the rich and the poor and us. Wearing diamond shoes where you walk your pugs in a town you create where there ain't no love. Where do I go? When I'm alone? Not on the phone. When I'm on my own. They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.
Stop taking, but still got a reflux. I drip out from the socket to a teacup. Drink up inside. Look when they peep us. Shoes us in the belly of the beast, but outside there's a war going on your front lawn. Black Hawk see the red dawn horizon. Blind yet I'm rising, abiding by laws of attraction. My thoughts still rising. Thinking, what type of knowledge don't sink in? Life gives you lemons, and my only thought is drinking. Thirsty, will I be alive or dead before 30? That's all that concerns me early. Lemonade quenching my inner rage when it takes center stage. Way before they pour it on my grave. Minute Maid, let it set my soul ablaze. On each and every way, put me in the water for the save.
They don't know my name. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains. I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. They don't know my name. I get
Today, from NRG Stadium, Texas.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first down, Watson. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offense. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. And that is incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He completes this one to Mack. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Brandon Cooks, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got it at the 15. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And he's brought down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Watson going to sneak it. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Deshaun Watson taking it in. And the Texans have broken the tie.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
Fielded in the end zone.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
From the gun, he'll set up to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now the veteran Rivers and the Colts down 20-10, a minute 12 to go. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. T.Y. Hilton once again the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Rivers. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position could get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now Rivers on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. First down carry here for Johnson. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Watson now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The free safety Malik Hooker there in coverage. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. To his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were...
She-Rag got me.
Hit one and be some, you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting up the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but ain't from the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, with the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. Boss.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Chicago Bears taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a... Throwing on second down. Watson on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit open man is Cooks, he's got it. Touchdown Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Texans get a bit closer. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. His pass caught at the 4, and he is going to lose yardage here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Foles. That's complete to Mooney. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now, instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage the quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
They're going for it. It's Watson on the move to his left. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. On 2nd down now. It's Patterson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now.
as he's on to punt for Chicago. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go. Now I get it and go.
Prime time over grind game, over time's up. Play my cards, dealt my hand, ain't really no time for luck. Either you got it, you don't. Lie to yourself if you won't. I put my team on my back, did what I could, what I had. Now I'll be all in my bag, copy and paste with the swag. Bet you can't do it like me.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's week 2 of the NFL.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Malik Hooker on the coverage.
To throw again. Watson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might...
First down throw, Watson forced out to his left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Rolling to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello? And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Darren Fells, as the first half is winding down, and the Texans have cut it to within a score.
The Texans will line up.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach? I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
Taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the
football. Fielded in the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. From the 31, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking to go back to Cooks one more time, but it'll be second down. Watson off play action. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Faking the give. Now Watson. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 44-yard line.
Now the rookie out of Wisconsin. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He's got Burton here. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get them home free. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Rivers hands this one to Mack. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd down.
Winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shot.
Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah.
Today, from Anarchy.
First down, it's Watson. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Watson on first down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
47-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After the run, Watson going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to keep it again. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
But that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Being chased out left. Going for it all. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. After the interception, here's Watson. And that's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. From the gun, here's Watson. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon. Now Burrow to throw on second down. Points the target, and he has it over the middle. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. We have hit halftime. Still 2. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Here comes Cobb. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Looking to speed things up here.
with some tempo.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Watson to give. This is Johnson. And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now. And
this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans push further out. Watson dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And normally when you see guys moving this fast, it might be a fly pattern from a receiver or a toss sweep from a tailback or something like that. This was designed as a passing play. And then he got out of the pocket, and he just took off. And he just kept gaining momentum with every step.
A little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Houston, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll be at home for one next week as a ball.
We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again. Yeah. I had to tighten the plan. Yeah. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me.
Today, from
They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it. And that's caught inside the 30.
Oh, we got plenty of fight, baby.
Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy.
Offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Steps away. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 39. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but
time and extending the play, but you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is caught with a catch right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
At the 43-yard line.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank, and he will be out of bounds as time has run. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Get me! Let's go! Let's go!
Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 29.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
Now he'll pull it down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well.
the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain of 32 that time. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. Here's Watson on the sneak, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line, oh, that was fun.
So for the Texans, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Titans, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of the bay. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage, with the mainframe, loosen up your...
First down, Watson escaping the pressure right. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. From the 25 on second down, Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson forced out to his left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Hyde. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
To throw again. Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC division.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm like, well,
all right, never mind. 3rd quarter action now.